Black Goose TV family, was good with it. Nothing but love, positivity, and blessings going your way. But as y'all can see right next to me, I ain't even going to try and, elongate this. I'm not even trying, make y'all wait when it comes to the particular news. You already know what it is, man. Y'all can see the title below. Y'all can see what's next to me when it comes to this article. Breaking news. It's official. Now, y'all know, I was one of the first people to go ahead and let y'all know, report, and give y'all the news when it came to Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz happening. And Andy Ruiz versus Tyrone Spong on Triller dropping and falling off because apparently Andy Ruiz had signed a contract, or Andy Ruiz and his team signed a contract to fight Luis Ortiz with PBC. And then something happened where Triller came along and they said, hey, here's another contract for you to fight Tyrone Spong. I'm pretty sure there was some mad incentives in there because him and his team went ahead and signed that as well. And that is a very unusual situation. There's not many times I've heard something like that. But at the end of the day, till this day, on my Deontay Wilder type shit, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you gotta, if you sign something and it's a contract, you're responsible for, making sure that you do everything that you said or you signed for in that contract. And that's basically what PBC is saying to Andy Ruiz. It's like, hey, yo, look, you can fight Tyrone Spong over on Triller all you want, but you got to fight Luis Ortiz first. So, I went ahead, I put it, I put out a video saying that Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz is going to be happening. I also said in that same video that Triller did make a statement and said, hey, we didn't know about him having a fight before. We didn't know he signed with somebody else. Trust me, he can go have his fight. Go do what you do, Andy Ruiz. But Tyrone Spong and Triller going to be waiting until you come back, brother. Or at least that's what I got from the article. Or that's what I got from the statement that they made. But anyways, we did not have a date at that time. All we knew that Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz was going to happen before Andy Ruiz and Tyrone Spong. Well, we have a date. It's official. It's set. We're going to see it this year. And it's like, what I've noticed a trend when it comes to, these boxing videos I've been doing for y'all family is I have been very pleased with the fight announcements that have been happening. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the pandemic really slowed it down for us as boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? We had some good shit here and there. Also, even before then, all this speculation of seeing the three-headed monster in the heavyweight division of Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, and Deontay Wilder, who's going to clash, blah, 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 blah. Like, and but just being a long-term boxing fan, a OG a boxing fan, or whatever you want to call it, hardcore boxing fan, a casual. Either way, we know when it comes to being a boxing fan, a lot of times we don't get the fights that we want to see. And a lot of times we get a lot of speculation. We get a lot of allegedlys. We get a lot of, oh, yeah, I think what's going to happen and blah, 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 right? It seems like this particular year I've seen a shift, right? Not nothing heavy. It hasn't been heavy. But I have seen a shift where it seems like they are making up for lost time and we're getting a lot of fire fights. And this is one of them, man. Andy Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz. So I'm going to ask y'all, BlakGooseTV family, when it comes to this particular fight, what does this do for the heavyweight division? So let's look at it from this perspective. We have Tyson Fury, Molly Wap, Dillian White, right? Most people expected that. Me personally, I'm a Dillian White fan, so I'll never admit to it. But we had Tyson Fury do what he did, right? Talk about retiring, wants to fight in Nagano. Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk 2 is coming up. Deontay Wilder is supposedly ready to retire, but then we're getting word from the WBC president, he's going to come back before the end of the year. Okay, we got Joe Joyce versus Joseph Parker happening, right? So we have these fire-ass fights in the heavyweight division where a lot of shit can change, and now we're going to add Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz into the mix. Now, how important is this particular fight, in your guys' opinion, to the current heavyweight division status, right? Does this mean anything? What am I saying? What am I asking? Okay, because I was pretty clear on particularly my question, but what am I getting at? What I'm getting at is Andy Ruiz beat AJ when nobody was supposed to beat him, right? AJ didn't beat Andy Ruiz, and they did not give him his trilogy fight, right? So let's say Andy Ruiz beats Luis Ortiz. Let's say AJ beats Usyk, right? Most likely we'll have to see a trilogy fight between Usyk and AJ, but Andy Ruiz keeping his name relevant and continuing, and especially making a jump from going from, oh, I'm going to fight Chris Arreola, then I'm going to be out for a goddamn whole year, and now I'm going to fight Luis Ortiz, which part of me says his team was like, well, we were a little bit too quick to jump the gun, or maybe PBC pushed them on him, because how would you then decide to, anyways, but with that being said, but Andy Ruiz from fighting Chris Arreola, taking a year off, obviously he had some injuries that he had to heal from, and now to be fighting Luis Ortiz, that's a very big jump. Okay, I don't care what anybody wants to say about Luis Ortiz. A lot of y'all say he's old, he's slow. Who has he ever beaten? He's not that good. It is what it is. But from the boxing eye test, Luis Ortiz is a very skilled boxer. So I don't give a fuck. See, that's my problem when it comes to a lot of you boxing fans, or a lot of you boxing heads, or a lot of people watch it. Y'all don't understand the actual element in the fundamental side of the game, like where you can see certain things from a boxer and be like, that dude is legit. Because we understand the resume shit is a real it's a real up. Like you can't base how good a boxer is off their resume, because we know boxing picks and chooses their fighters. It's very rare you're going to have a boxer who has this crazy resume and they fight everybody. That's rare. That's not how the game goes. It's more business wise. So it always irks me when I hear somebody say, "Oh, this fighter's better because he has a better resume." Like, nigga, you can't judge boxers' ability and how good they are off their resume. That's not how this business is structured, right? But it's all good, man. Emotion, and I get it. But I'm not going to get too, I don't want to get off topic, but I want to ask you guys how important or what does this fight do for the heavyweight division in its current status? Can it change and rearrange the whole entire, expectations of what may come from this? Because I still think Andy Ruiz is a star. I still think there's a lot, on his shoulders. I think if he beats Luis Ortiz, I think the world is in his hands, literally. I think if he beats Luis Ortiz, the world is in his hands, because everyone in the heavyweight division is losing, other than Tyson Fury and Usyk to an extent, right? So I'm going to know what you guys thinking about this particular fight. We have Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz on August 13th. And this is another question too. What if Luis Ortiz knocks out Andy Ruiz? What does this do for Luis Ortiz's career? Because the thing about Luis Ortiz, a lot of people who don't like him, or a lot of people who don't like Deontay Wilder, they'll be like, who has Ortiz fought other than Deontay, right? But it is a known thing around the boxing community that not too many people want to take a fight with Luis Ortiz because the risk is so goddamn high. The reward is so low, and he's with PBC. So you have to have a PBC fighter willing to fight Luis Ortiz. How many of those? That's going to be far and few between. Deontay Wilder, Lee Scott, Brian Jennings at the time when he was, with them. Then you had Charles Martin, and then now Andy Ruiz is down to do it, right? So what if Luis Ortiz beats him? Are you guys going to start putting some respect on Luis Ortiz's name? Because y'all got to remember, this nigga was 43 years old 4 years ago. He's damn near pushing 50. He might be 50. And he's doing his damn. He's still doing the damn thing. So that ain't nothing but respect on my side. But let me know, as always, man. Fuck my opinion. I want to know what you guys have to think about it. BlakGooseTV family. Nothing but love to y'all. Keep supporting the channel. And y'all already know, man, tomorrow Fluent Sign is going to be lit. It's going to be lit. We got 2 fire-ass fights. Shakir Stevenson, Oscar Valdez. We got Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. The Katie Taylor-Amanda Serrano fight card actually is a lot more stacked than the Shakir Stevenson, Oscar Valdez. But either way it goes, we're going to be lit for that tomorrow. I'm going to have Zen up in this building too, so make sure y'all go ahead and join us. But as always, show some love, support the motherfucking channel like y'all been doing, man. And it ain't nothing but love. Subscribe to the channel if you're not part of the family. Like the video. I'm out of here for now, but I will be back as always. Nothing but love, y'all.